Welcome back. Thank you for joining us today. Do you know what I get asked all the time? I get asked about the weather in Cedar City and the surrounding areas. So you know what? In the immortal words of the great philosophers, Tears for Fears, let's talk about the weather. Let's talk about what you can expect from the different seasons in Cedar City and the surrounding areas. And I will tell you, there is something to love about every single one. So let's start with some kind of general information about the area. So Cedar City is a rural town in southern Utah. It's located about 250 miles south of Salt Lake City and about 170 miles north of Las Vegas. Cedar City is a small town with a big personality, and of course, it's one of my very favorites. So the population in Cedar City is about 35,000, and then if you take in the larger area of Iron County, we are right about 55,000. So one of the things that is so amazing about this area is how close we are to so many other cool things. So we are a day's drive, less than a day's drive, from Zion National Park, Bryce National Park, Cedar Breaks Monument, Canyonlands, Arches, Grand Canyon, Grand Staircase, Lake Powell, Sand Hollow, so many amazing state parks, national parks, recreation areas in this little corner of our world. Just a fabulous, fabulous place to visit. And I will tell you that you can visit most of these places year-round. So let's talk about what you can expect weather-wise if you are coming to visit or if you're thinking about relocating to Cedar City or southern Utah. Three key factors, I am told by people who are experts in this arena, determine the overall climate in Cedar City. They are the latitude, the elevation, and the atmospheric circulation patterns. That's a thing. I'll bet you didn't know that was a thing, but atmospheric circulation patterns affect our weather. The technical term for our climate classification is dry summer subtropical, often referred to as Mediterranean, which means a mild and generally comfortable 4 seasons, which I will tell you is accurate. Let's talk about our elevation, because that's something that people ask about a lot. So the elevation generally in this area is about 5,800 feet above sea level. We're higher than the Mile High City. And I do get asked a lot about where does that temperature change start to happen? Because if you go south about 40 miles or so down to St. George, you'll find consistently 10 to 15 degrees higher temperatures. That difference happens at a place called the Black Ridge, which is about 20 miles south of Cedar City, where there's a distinct elevation drop where you go from about 5,800 feet down to about 2,500 feet in the St. George area. And that is why we have this fabulous 4 seasons, and we aren't nearly as hot as St. George is. Okay, let's talk about what to expect specifically from our 4 seasons. So if you were to be here in the wintertime, you would see generally cold temperatures from about November through February. As it warms up, though, we actually get some snowstorms that go into April. Those are more like springtime snowstorms. It's not cold. But from November to about February, it is cold. So the average temperature in the winter is going to be like an 18 average degree low, maybe up into the 50s as far as our highs. Of course, it can get colder than that and warmer than that, but those are about the average low temperature and high temperature. And we usually get, I'm going to say, maybe 13 to 14 inches of snow during that period of time. Our snowfall is going to come in several snowstorms throughout the winter season, and you're going to find maybe like 1 inch to 4 inches at a time as far as the amount of snowfall. So sometimes we'll just get a little skiff of snow. Sometimes it piles up, and the snow plows get out really, really fast, and they're really great about keeping those roads plowed. But plan on anywhere from per storm, inch to maybe 4 inches. And of course, we're very grateful for all of that snow, not just because of all the fabulous winter recreation that it provides, but it's also a big part of our water supply. So we rely on that a lot, and we're always grateful when we get those beautiful snowstorms coming through the area. Okay, springtime. Who doesn't love springtime? Everybody loves springtime. So we start getting our first wonderful signs of spring really about mid-March-ish. The temperatures start to warm up a little bit. And from about March into May is when we're going to have our great spring season. And you'll find that the temperatures go from like the low 30s into highs in the 50s during that period of time. And as we move into May, very common to have temperatures even into the 60s and 70s on the high side for our averages. Now there is some precipitation expected during these months, and maybe like a ½ inch to maybe less than a full inch per month in those spring months. Now summer. Okay, summer is unbelievably fabulous in Cedar City and the surrounding areas. There is so much that goes on here during the summertime. So you've got, of course, your Shakespeare plays, Utah Summer Games, Renaissance Fair, mountain biking competitions. There's just tons to do here in the summer. So what can you expect when you are either looking to visit or maybe you want to relocate to the area during the summer? So our summer season is typically going to be like June, July, and August. Daytime temperatures are going to be like high 80s. We do get into the 90s. Occasionally we'll pop up to 100, but not very often. That's pretty uncommon. It's more of like a solid 90s on the high side, and that doesn't come until like later July into August. So the daytime temperatures can get, you know, like into the 80s and into maybe 90s, mid 90s. Not often does it get to 100, but occasionally. So you've got these beautiful daytime temperatures, but I'm telling you, my favorite part of the summer is that it cools off so nicely in the evening. You can sit out on the back deck and it cools off to like the 60s and 70s and those beautiful long summer evenings. It's just amazing. As far as precipitation, June and most of July are typically pretty dry. We do get monsoon rains in late July and then into August, and those are really, really cool summer storms. So you can plan on maybe an inch or so per month. Not per storm, but per month is usually what we expect in late July and then into August. So remember, we do live in the high desert here, and so we just don't get a ton of precipitation, but we're grateful for every little bit that we get. All right, let's talk about fall. I absolutely love fall in this area. Again, there is so much to do. It's just an amazing area for all of the outdoor stuff that you could possibly pack into a day. So from about September to maybe mid-November, we're going to have our most amazing fall seasons, and really it's one of my very favorites. So average temperatures during the day are going to be like 60s and 70s in that range, and then it will cool off at night into like maybe the 40s. Our average precipitation is going to be less than an inch of rain in the fall, so it does become a little bit drier. Now, did you know that the fall colors in this area rival any place in this country? It is absolutely incredible. If you haven't been fall leaf peeping in the Cedar City area, you really need to put it on your list. It's amazing. The drive is beautiful. The scenery is incredible. And the leaves will change at different times during the fall depending on the elevation. So of course, if you go up to the top of Bryan Head, you're at about 10,000 feet. And so those leaves are going to start to change first. And then as you kind of come down into the lower elevations, you're going to have beautiful fall colors starting in maybe like September that are going to go clear through October. So put that on your list. It's absolutely stunning. Thank you for joining me today. I hope I've given you some good information that's going to help you plan your next adventure in this area. There's stuff happening all the time, and it's so much fun in every single season. As always, let me know if I can be a resource for you. I'm grateful that you're here. If you like this video, remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell. I am Jennie Hendricks. We'll see you soon.